It's Mike McGowan. It's time for another Tuesday test drive. Hi, we're at Bob's Buick GMC of Milford, and Jeremy is about to take us out in the 2014 Terrain Denali. Family vehicle. You're going to love it. Let's first check out the outside of this wonderful ride. We're here with the best in the business, Jeremy.
Nice to see you again.
I love this. Tell us about the outside of this Terrain Denali.
Absolutely, yes. We have an iridium metallic, which has become some of the most popular color code I've ever seen in the Buick GMC line. We cannot keep them here. You have the big GMC insignia, which lets you know you have the best American SUV on the market. Okay, very aggressive styling on the Terrain. Also, a nice big wheel. All right, standard alloy wheels, regardless if you go with this top of the line or the base. Standard ABS brakes, standard StabiliTrak, traction control, and a lot of other safety features like forward lane collision alert, side blind zone alert that we'll go over inside while we're actually driving. Now, as you take a look to the side of the Terrain, it gets some of the best crash test ratings on the planet. IHS has rated this vehicle with this equipment as the #1 safety pick in all American crossover SUVs, okay? It has the steel beam, a lot of integrity in this vehicle, one large piece of stamped steel, so not two things that you can break, one thing. More integrity. It's a one big solid piece of stamped steel, unlike in the past where it was a frame with then a body on top of it. Now your body is your frame. It helps the integrity of the vehicle. Now, as far as cargo space, take a peek in here. Notice the very flat floor that you have, which makes it very easy for 3 adults to sit back here. Of course, budding families, this is the best vehicle on the planet for that as well. A lot of versatility with the back seat and all the way in the cargo area. Let me show you. This has an automatic door that just comes up with you. You can also set it depending on where you'd want it to raise, i.e. garage door heights or children heights and things of that nature. Check out the back space here. Very spacious for only a 2-row SUV. These seats will fold down flat on a 60/40 scale, and they also slide forward and backward, expanding and detracting, you know, your space. And this is perfect.
Jeremy, just want to make sure these fit. No problem.
There you go.
Sorry to interrupt.
And with a push of a button, we can bring that down and get on the 9, all right? Let's take a look at the inside and let's take it for a ride.
I like this. It's the Terrain Denali. We're here with Jeremy, and we're going to take a ride now. Everything kind of looks normal to me. What's this up here, though? I don't recognize that.
Yeah, that's some of the safety features I was talking about in the exterior coming to life here inside. You have a small camera lens here that picks up both lines on the road. So as we get going, I'll explain how that works. As it picks up the lines, it's going to alert you if you are leaving the path over 25 miles an hour. So falling asleep at the wheel or just not concentrating, doing something else where you're drifting off, it'll give you an audible alarm, as well as also seeing a red car here and here. Wow. So alerting you to get back in the path. That will also work when you're coming too close to something. If you're speeding into something, it'll give you that same alarm with a lot of fair warning, so you can help save your family, save yourself, save some money.
Very important.
Now, as we get forward, there's a lot of peace of mind in the GMC Terrain, starting with the warranties that you get from GMC, standard on all vehicles. Going backwards, you have free oil changes, tire rotation and brake inspection for 2 years or 24,000 miles on every single 2014. With that, you have 5 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain warranty, which means everything that gets this vehicle going forward or backward without wear and tear items. And then 3 years, 36,000 miles, whichever comes first on everything else. You also get 6 months of the best service in the market, the OnStar services, which gives you your own telephone, which gives you vehicle diagnostics, which gives you navigation directions, and SOS in case you or anyone else around you needs medical help, or if you're in an accident, they're automatically sending help your way.
Nice.
Now, as I'm moving forward here, you'll notice really modern design, and you'll also see the little green light, if you can even get a shot of that there.
Looks like a little car.
Right, so it's letting you know that I'm okay, I'm in the path. All right, you also have this LCD screen, which is full touch screen, as you can see right now on WEBE 108.
Yeah, very good.
A lot of different media devices you can play on this Terrain. You can use your Bluetooth to play media. You can also plug in to play media. You can store your stations, and on the HD radio, sometimes there's different wavelengths, so you have more than one station on the HD radio. With that too, very easy design. Every button is listed here twice. So if you're worried about not being up on technology, I urge you to come out and take a look at these vehicles, because believe it or not, most of the buttons are just doubles. So it's very easy to move around all this new technology. If you think that you're totally lost, I can find you the way. Also get phenomenal gas mileage on both engines offered. On the V6, which has phenomenal power, you're going to get probably on average in the low 20s, between 22 and 24 between the city and highway. If you opt for the 4-cylinder, a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, which also gets very good horsepower and torque numbers, almost in the 200. So with that, you're going to see probably 32 miles per gallon on average between highway and the city.
That's great.
So you have an eco mode, which you can engage and actually lower all the other systems that waste gas when you're not using them, to help you maximize the MPG. Great for long trips and city driving, whichever you do more. Now, also the back seat is really amazing, the way that it'll fold totally flat or slide forward and backward. Up here in the driver cabin, a lot of nice safety features where you're covered all the way around you. Your blind spots are monitored, your lane departures monitored, your forward collisions monitored. You have a standard backup camera as well when pulling out of the driveway in the neighborhood. You also have sensors that'll also alert you. So you have a lot of safety that really covers the whole perimeter of the vehicle, and a lot of versatility inside. I mean, it's one of the best-selling vehicles American SUVs have ever put out. Now that's because of those things I told you about, but also price point. You'd be very shocked at what this car comes in at with all of the features I tell you about. You know, you're just under 40,000 on the most highest loaded Terrain Denali with everything except the kitchen sink, and you have a lease as low as $159 a month at the same time. So you're right there at both spectrums, excuse me. You're right there at the top of the line and the bottom of the line. You have a lot of variety in the Terrain.
I'd say I love this with all the extras you've got in this. What kind of price can you get me in, Jeremy?
Absolutely. So when you get to this level, believe it or not, including rebates and discounts, it's a little bit over $5,000 off the manufacturer's suggested retail price. So that includes all of the alert systems I'm telling you about. It includes the programmable tailgate. It includes the sunroof, which of course is great for, you know, days down at Walnut Beach. It includes the big wheels. So any vehicle equipped like this, you have about $5,000 to come off the top. Percentage-wise, that's a lot off the vehicle.
Yeah.
GMC has very good rebate incentives, and Bob's Buick GMC as well will have very, very competitive interest rates as far as financing the vehicle. We can compete with any bank, any credit union on the market. So if you're interested and you're worried about maybe getting a great rate, trust us with our grab of the market share. We have really strong relationships with banks. So I recommend you come in and take a shot and see how low we can actually get that rate for you.
All right, it's the 2014 Terrain Denali. Come ask for Jeremy, Bob's Buick GMC of Milford. Take it for a test drive. You're going to love this. It's Mike McGowan, another Tuesday test drive on WEBE 108.